nothing creative to say right now, so I'm just going to say welcome to episode 129 of the Wrestling Rundown, where we start off with, of course, the indie news. That's what we always start with, at least for the last year-ish or so. Right? Whenever SmackDown went to Tuesdays.
It's like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't a year.
But it's indie news. Yeah, we're coming to the end of the year. We got a lot of season finales going on. We got some...
It wasn't even really like 6 months ago even. Like just before SummerSlam.
We got season finale results. We got season finales coming up in upcoming shows. So, let's go ahead and start. What happened on Friday?
Friday the 25th, over in that Cleveland, Ohio, we had Absolute Intense Wrestling presents Hell on Earth 12. They've been doing a lot of Hell on Earth, apparently.
Yeah. Hell has come to Earth 12 times now.
At least. More if you count things like Supernatural.
That doesn't count.
Okay. So we had Mike Toller.
Fuck the English language if
Sure.
it's taller.
Yeah. Defeat Hot Young Briley.
Sure.
Now he feels like cold old Briley.
Aw, poor guy.
Then we had Lewis Linden defeat Eddie Kingston. No.
Yeah. Eddie Kingston.
Lewis Linden won?
Yeah.
I have Lewis Linden beat himself on here.
Lewis Linden defeated Eddie Kingston, Eric Ryan, and PB Smooth.
Yeah.
That's what the actual result is.
I just wrote Lewis Linden defeated Lewis Linden, Eddie Kingston, and PB Smooth. PB
Smooth taking the place of BJ Whitmer.
Yeah, so, I mean, at least they went with the consistency of person with 2 first initials and then a last name.
Yeah. From BJ's to peanut butter.
I like both those things.
So do I.
Matt Cross, a.k.a. M-Dog20, a.k.a. Son of Havoc, defeated Colt Cabana, a.k.a. Officer Colt, a.k.a. Scotty Goldman, but don't call him that to his face. Team 2 Infinity defeated the Ninja Elite Squad.
We never did find out who these people are.
Dedication personified.
I'm going to find out.
Shayna Baszler successfully retained the AIW Women's Championship against Heidi Lovelace. Space Monkey defeated Katrina Perez.
Carla Perez.
Katrina Perez. Because I'm combining both her names.
I see what you did there.
Yes.
I spelled squad.
Ethan Page defeated Brian Cage. Just good on you, because Cage is scary. Crazy Pain successfully retained the AIW Tag Team Championships against the Jollyville Fuckets, which makes me sad because I take every opportunity I can to say the Jollyville Fuckets. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Dominic Guarini.
Ninja Elite Squad is Facade and Flip Kendrick.
Ah. What about Dedication Personified?
Looks like it is Brian Carson and Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham.
Ah, okay. Cool, I guess. The Intense Championship was successfully retained by Alex Daniels as he defeated the Laredo Kid. And the Absolute Championship was successfully defended, so all 4 titles defended successfully tonight as Josh Prohibition rounds things off by defeating Tim Donst.
Alright.
Good job, AIW guys who were champions, for all retaining your titles.
Yeah, it was a good night to be a champion in AIW.
And then the next day, on Saturday the 26th, we go not too far away to AAW Wrestling Redefined presents the Windy City Classic, also 12.
We didn't practice that.
No.
But it worked.
Yeah. We had the Flippy match to open up the show where ACH defeated Prince Mustafa Ali. Can you imagine if ACH would have been in the fucking Cruiserweight Classic?
I'm hoping for next year, man.
Yeah. We had a 8-man tag match in which Marcus Crane, Congo Kong, Colt Cabana, and Dirty DL defeated the Hooligans, Bucky, and Connor Braxton.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that worked both the AIW and AAW shows.
Yeah, well, I said it's not too far.
Yeah.
Then in a thing that was kind of surprised to find out, but it's cool. The Shimmer Championship was defended
Yeah.
by Mercedes Martinez. She defeated Kimberly. Chuck Taylor defeated Alex Daniels and Jake Christ. Heidi Lovelace defeated Jessica Havoc in an I Quit match.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
Outlaw Inc., the team of Eddie Kingston, Low Key, and Homicide, a.k.a. Don't Hurt Me Please, defeated...
A.k.a. 3 guys I don't want to meet in an alley.
Yeah. Defeated Pentagon Jr., Drago, and Cage.
Team Lucha Underground.
Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Trent.
Go figure.
The team of Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee defeated Davey Vega and Matt Fitchett to win the AAW Tag Team Championships.
So it's not a good thing to be a tag team champion in AAW.
No, the besties were defeated by the Spot Monkeys.
Yeah.
And then in the main event, the championship was successfully defended by Sami Callihan as he defeated the much larger than him Chris Hero.
Yes. Larger in every sense of the word.
And much elbowier.
Yes.
And how about over to you for what happened at Ring of Honor this weekend?
Yeah, there's a button. Not a button. There's a number. You want to click to that number. Just in case you don't want to be spoiled for the 2 matches that don't really mean much going into Final Battle this weekend. But just in case, click to that time and you won't be spoiled.
But I suggest going to watch these matches because they were good.
Yes, they were. We opened up with Lio Rush taking on Jonathan Gresham.
A.k.a. 2 tiny black dudes.
2 tiny, fast-paced moving black dudes.
This match was fast.
Like,
it was flippy.
It was
kick-filled.
They had some great work against each other, like going for similar moves. That double arm drag spot where they like both went down and they like tried to like yank the other one over, and then eventually I think Gresham ended up winning the exchange after they kind of like stood back up, and it was just that's 2 guys who were even touted for it after the match by the Motor City Machine Guns, that they're like the future of Ring of Honor. Like Ring of Honor just has such good such good wrestlers of all types, but like when it comes to the technical, fast-paced, like high-flying guys, these 2 are gonna kill it for fucking years. The fact that Lio Rush is only in like his mid-20s and is as good as he is insane.
Yeah, it's only like his 2nd year as a pro.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Lio Rush ends up picking up the win after hitting the Rush Hour for the 3rd time. That's Spanish Fly, and then going up and doing like a starfish elbow drop on Jonathan Gresham, picking up the win. We had Alex Shelley was at commentary, and then him and Chris Sabin got in the ring and put over both the guys. Congratulated them, saying that they filled that spot in Ring of Honor. They believe in the same ideals that Ring of Honor was based on, and it seems like they're. We talked about it last week where Motor City Machine Guns are talking about putting a group together to take on Bullet Club. So there's a good chance that Gresham and Rush are first of the 2 that the Guns are going to try and get.
Yeah, let's do it. I also want to see the Machine Guns versus Lio Rush and Jonathan Gresham.
Oh, that'd be killer. Hell yeah, let's do that. And then most of the show was all hype for Final Battle, but our main event was the Briscoes, who will take on the Young Bucks at Final Battle for the ROH Tag Team titles.
More on that later.
Taking on the former Tag Team Champions in the Addiction. This was aggressive. This is... I'm always surprised, just because they spend so much time away from each other. When the Briscoes come back together, they are such a phenomenal tag team that they can literally do anything they want. They're great singles wrestlers, great tag team wrestlers, and they're consistent at both. And it's really fun to watch.
Not the best trios wrestlers.
No, we'll talk about that in Final Battle. Frankie Kazarian, holy crap! Like this guy, him and Daniels are obviously phenomenal wrestlers, but Frankie Kazarian is in phenomenal shape.
Yeah.
For how much he's put himself through, he looks fantastic.
Because I just remember, I think maybe you and me were talking about it off camera, like probably around a year ago, where I just had mentioned something about Kazarian not looking as good in the in the same shape as he was like back when he was in TNA.
Yeah.
And it seems like, I don't know, maybe he looked at himself one day and said the same thing.
He's like,
and
man,
just
I gotta do
decided
some
to
work.
make himself look like he did 3 years ago.
Yeah.
As far as 3-4 years ago, as far as being young.
Yeah.
And looking younger, looking more fit, looking more lean, and being more aggressive.
Yeah. And yeah, it's him and Daniels are an awesome team. They did that the lion salt and springboard leg drop like 3 times in a row on Mark, just to add insult to injury, just by doing the same high impact moves at the same time. Frankie ended up turning the Doomsday device into the flux capacitor, which is
which I don't know if he was actually trying to do the flux capacitor. They called it that on commentary, but it was just basically a sick power slam.
Yeah. He ended up doing a power slam as Mark went for the clothesline,
which is a sick counter.
Yeah, no, it was a badass counter. But eventually, Kazarian ends up getting taken out, and Daniels gets hit with a J Driller and Froggy Bow for the win. Briscoe's picking up some momentum heading into Final Battle. Before the match, we had the Addiction not want to adhere to the Code of Honor, but afterwards, begrudgingly and maybe with just a little bit of found respect during the match, they did end up shaking hands with the
Briscoes. I know. Did you catch at the beginning of the match what Daniel said?
No, I didn't hear what he said.
Daniel said at the beginning, "I'll shake your hand if you beat us."
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that part. Oh, okay. Yeah. Daniels is still dealing with that, I can't believe I keep losing. I can't believe I'm not a champion anymore. He's dealing with a lot of that still.
Yeah, and it's also I love it. It's continuity as far as Christopher Daniels' character is concerned.
Yeah.
Because Christopher Daniels is the original person to break the Code of Honor.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, still adhering to his beliefs.
That's cool. But that is it for Ring of Honor.
Later.
I've got a couple of news things that I want to talk about. First off, I'm going to give you an update on the G1 World Tag League from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We've only got one team in each bracket with no points whatsoever. But everyone else, we're starting to. There's a lot of teams with 6 points now. We got a lot of people working their way up here. So in bracket A, tied for first place with 6 points, we have 3 teams. We have Hiroyoshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima. We have War Machine, and we have the Gorillas of Destiny.
Dang.
Then we have 3 teams tied for second place with 4 points. That's Hangman Page and Yujiro Takahashi, Brian Breaker and Leland Race, and Rush and Tetsuya Naito. With 2 points, we have Hiroshi Tanahashi and Juice Robinson. And still with no wins whatsoever, we have Hanare and Manabu Nakanishi. And on the B bracket, we have 3 teams tied for first place with 6. We have Hiroki Goto and Tomohiro Ishii, Kazuchika Okada and Yoshihashi, and Evil and Sonata.
So Yoshitatsu and Billy Gunn knocked out of the top running.
Yep, but they are tied with 2 other teams with 4 points. We have Billy Gunn, Yoshitatsu, Togi Makabe, and Tomoki Honma, and Shibata Nagata.
Yes! Shibata Nagata making a comeback. What's Shibata's first name?
Katsuyori.
Katsuyori. Chicken yakitori Shibata bread.
Katsuyori and Yuji.
And Yuji Nagata. I love Yuji Nagata, man. Look at old WCW.
He's a Yuji Nagata.
They used to
Yuji Nagata mark.
They used to book Yuji Nagata like he was the fucking shit. No one in the crowd knew who the fuck he was or why the hell he was beating everybody with an STF in 3 minutes.
But he was. And then we also have Chase Owens and Kenny Omega with 2 points. And with none, we have Bad Luck Fale and Bone Soldier. I'm sure you'll say that if he changes his name to Captain Bullet Club, they'll pick up some points.
I'm just saying, captains are more likely to win than soldiers.
Well,
look at Captain America, and look how many soldiers from World War II are still alive.
Anyway, we also had Wrestle
You know,
Kid.
it's sad because Kenny Omega is also not doing well in that tournament either.
Yeah, him and Chase Owens with only 2 points.
Gorillas of Destiny are really the only ones that are holding up the Bullet Club in that side.
Gorillas of Destiny, and then Gorillas of Destiny are tied for first in bracket A.
Yeah.
But the rest of Bullet Club aren't doing so hot.
They gotta try and hold things up for that. God. The end of the world as we know it.
Yeah. Well, the Gorillas of Destiny are fucking tied with War Machine and Hiroshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima. Fuck, man. A lot of badass teams over in bracket A.
There's a lot of badass teams in general.
Yes. We also had WrestleCade over the weekend. I was going to do results for it because there was a lot of cool matches there, but I couldn't find full results. But Cody Rhodes ended up winning the Next Gen Championship in Global Force Wrestling by beating Sanjay Dutt. It's Cody Rhodes. I'm giving him some love.
It's Cody Rhodes is awesome, but it's Global Force, so who actually cares?
Look, Cody Rhodes and Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. And then also, we'll talk more about this when it comes around, but WrestleCon has already signed one match for their show. It is Eddie Kingston against Masato Tanaka.
Fuck it, I'm going to WrestleCon.
Violence aplenty, and that they are going to beat the shit out of each other.
I'm fucking going to WrestleCon.
Eddie Kingston.
I'm flying my ass over to the other side of the country, not to go to WrestleMania, but to go to WrestleCon.
Specifically for that match.
For that one match.
Eddie Kingston and Masato Tanaka.
Could be the opener, and I'm fucking leaving.
Yeah, so...
No, King's doing big things, man.
Yeah, no...
King, that's why he's been out of the Chikara loop for a while.
Yeah, King is
the
on top of the world right now.
And then now he's working in fucking TNA alongside James Storm and Bram.
Yeah, he's... And
he looks like the oddball in the three of them. And
they're working against the Hardys too. Yeah. So he's pretty much in the biggest spot in TNA right now.
I believe it was a 6-man tag between them versus the Hardys and Senior Benjamin.
Yeah, because Senior Benjamin's gonna get in the ring with fucking Eddie Kingston.
One can wish.
But that is it for newsy type stuff.
I want to see him backfist a drone.
Eddie Kingston versus Vanguard 1.
Yeah.
Alright.
Versus Vanguard, Senior Benjamin, and Skarsgård all at the same time.
The dilapidated boat. It's time for upcoming shows. Where I'm going to start it because on Friday we have Ring of Honor's final battle. Second, yes. Yeah. Friday the 2nd, final battle.
It's like the battle at the end.
Yep. There are some fan-fucking-tastic matches set for this show.
I am super excited for at least 3 of them, especially one that was just recently added.
Are you talking about the TV title match?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about that one first.
Quarter match.
If you got for some reason the annotation didn't show up in last week's video when we talked about Will Ospreay being the TV champion, but literally the day after or the day we posted that video, Marty Scurll had beaten Will Ospreay for the TV title.
Yeah.
So Marty Scurll is the current TV champion and will defend against Bobby Fish, Will Ospreay, and Dragon Lee in a fatal 4-way match. That is going to be so fucking good. If you haven't seen Dragon Lee, check this guy out because he is fantastic.
I'm pretty sure Dragon Lee won a #1 contenders match.
Yes.
And then both Bobby Fish and Will Ospreay need their rematches.
Yeah.
So it's all going to happen like in one go.
Yeah. So now we'll get to see the TV debut of Will Ospreay and Marty Scurll, and they're going to be going against Bobby Fish and Dragon Lee. So fucking cool. We have Silas Young taking on Jushin Thunder Liger. The grudge match after the tag team breakup last week, Colt Cabana takes on Dalton Castle. The 6-man tag titles are on the line as we crown our very first champions. We have Leo Rush actually taking his spot back from ACH, teaming with Kushida and Jay White to take on Matt Taven's Kingdom.
Yeah, they talked a little bit about that on Saturday.
Yeah, Leo Rush was originally supposed to be in the team, but was injured, and so ACH took his spot. And so ACH has actually worked with the team up to the finals, and now Leo Rush is getting his spot. So I'm sure ACH feels a little slighted with this, since he's done all the work.
Yeah, maybe. But at the same time, you know,
What
he was the fill-in.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes will be making his debut as he takes on Jay Lethal. I am so excited.
This is the first time in 3 years that Jay Lethal is walking into Final Battle with no belts.
Yeah, that is unbelievable. But, I mean, he may not have a championship, but he's got, like, all eyes on this match.
Yeah, they could put the Global Force Championship on the line.
You never
and
know.
Nobody would fucking care.
No one would know what it is.
Yeah.
We have the tag team titles on the line. As we talked about, the Briscoes look to win, I believe, their 9th tag team titles against the Young Bucks. We've seen that match a ton of times, and it's awesome every time. And then the final battle of all final battles. Adam Cole, baby, defends the ROH World Championship against Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Adam Cole has made it his personal goal to never let Kyle O'Reilly be the ROH World Champion.
I was watching a clip on YouTube earlier today on my way home from a show.
Yeah.
And it was a clip that's a very popular clip from PWG close to 10 years ago now. Maybe not that long, but a while back. It's the Roderick Strong chops Adam Cole in the dick.
Oh yeah. That's a great clip.
It's a classic PWG moment. But then I looked at the match that was going on, that match.
Right.
To see, like, where are they now? Because it's Future Shock.
Yeah.
Versus Roderick Strong and Eddie Edwards.
Holy shit.
And so I'm like, Roderick Strong just debuted in NXT.
Eddie Edwards
is the TNA champion. And then
the other two are fighting for the ROH champion.
Yeah, they're going to be the main event at Final Battle this week.
That's amazing.
It's crazy to see how far they've come.
Man. But yeah, so that is this Friday on pay-per-view, Final Battle from Ring of Honor. I am off that day. I'm off this whole week, so I am looking forward to watching that.
You're off this whole week?
The whole back half of the week.
Oh, nice.
So looking forward to watching that. But speaking of finales, we have the finale of pretty much our favorite indie promotion here. We're going to talk about it. It is Chikara season finale of season 16.
Yeah, man. This is big stuff. Big shit.
We got some stuff on the line, man, that I'm
Lots
scared
of stuff on the line.
about. We talked about that a couple weeks ago,
Yeah,
actually.
we got a doubleheader coming from the Logan Square Auditorium in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, they ain't even in Pennsylvania no more.
Yeah.
Going to a whole different state.
Chicago, the Logan Square Auditorium in Chicago is like the home away from home for Chikara.
Yeah.
And they're going to end their season there. So be there or miss out until 2017.
Is this show going to be on Chikartopia?
Not as far as I know.
Damn.
So we've got an interesting matchup spawning from basically Max SMASHMASTER calling out Kimberly to have another match, even though she beat him.
And now this thing is facing tiny women.
Yeah, and the person who decided to step up in her place and accept the challenge was Solo Darling. So we're going to have Solo Darling versus Max SMASHMASTER. We're going to have a trios match as the Submission Squad try and take on the Big Deal, Team Big Deal. That's the Big Deal and the Closers. Apparently they did not sit too well with Swoggle, aka the Big Deal, but the Submission Squad ended up being the team that got their place at King of Trios this year because they had to pull out because of the Big Deal having an injury.
Yeah.
We have Des Peloton versus Crumbles and Defarge. It's a rivalry that's been happening starting in the Power Hour, the first one. It's been going through. It happened. They fought each other during the Tag Gauntlet at King of Trios, and they've just been back and forth fighting each other. And right now, I think Des Peloton is standing at 2 points towards title contention.
Oh, so they're close.
So they're close, but Crumbles and Defarge, their rivals, can very easily snatch it away from them and put them back at the bottom of the rankings.
All right.
We're going to have a sort of, not really grudge match, but, Drew Gulak is looking for revenge against Lucas Calhoun, who last month defeated him in his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and nobody beats Drew Gulak in his hometown and doesn't pay for it.
Except for potentially Juke Joint Lucas Calhoun.
Yeah. There's probably going to be a few more matches, but then there's the main event.
Yeah, it is a doubleheader, so there's a good chance that might be it.
Yeah, I'm assuming one more match at least.
At least.
They're probably going to do around 6.
Six per
Yeah,
show?
6 is a good round number.
12 matches all day long.
Yeah, 4 or 5 for the second show because there's a big one going on in the second show.
Yeah.
But the big one of this show...
So scared about this.
...is the mask versus mask match.
Luchas de apuestas.
The first time in, I believe, 6 years, there's been a mask versus mask match in Chikara.
It's scary. I don't like it.
And this is the Magi of the deities Amasis versus Frightmare of the Hexed Men. It's two guys, two staples of Chikara from 2006 and 2007 onwards. And one of them is leaving this Saturday with all of us knowing what they look like.
I'm terrified. I don't...
Amasis is one of your boys.
Yeah. Amasis and Ophidian are like my absolute favorites from Chikara. So to have Amasis unmasked is just not cool. But on the other hand, it'd be really weird if Frightmare didn't have a mask either.
Yeah.
But I'm way more
What
scared.
if Frightmare took his mask off and he just didn't have a face?
I would be really scared but impressed that he's wrestled this well without a face.
Yeah.
He just goes on instincts.
He's an alien.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Well, that's at a 2 p.m. 2 p.m. bell time. 2 p.m. bell time for that show. A couple hours later, come back at the 7 p.m. bell time for Chikara Supremacy.
Yeah.
Where
the finale of the finale.
Yeah. We've got Team NRG who've been kind of getting off the same page recently.
Yeah.
Taking on a team who's on the same page contractually, and that is Chuck Taylor trademark and Dustin.
Team Converse.
We also have another tag team match as Silver Ant and Bullet Ant take on Juan Francisco de Coronado and Juani. And a singles match where Officer Warren Barksdale will take on Jeremy Leary.
Why do I know that name? Maybe I'm thinking of Dennis Leary. Maybe that's
probably.
That's probably why I think I recognize it.
Yeah. And then the last, the big one for Supremacy is the Torneo Cibernetico. This is the first time the Torneo Cibernetico is headlining the season finale of Chikara.
Yeah, it's usually like the match before intermission, usually, or
yeah, like the last 2 years, I think they've had it on the season finale show.
Yeah,
and then all the preceding times before that, it's been one of the either second or third to last shows before the season finale.
Yeah, never actually on the season finale.
And now it is the finale of the season
because it's a big one.
Yeah, we're having Hollow Wicked and his entire army of the entire Nazmaldunian army, the Pillars of Woe, the Hexed Men, whatever you want to call them. It's Hollow Wicked, Icarus, Kobold, Oberian, Kodama, Jigsaw, Mark Angelisetti, and Frightmare, maskless or not.
That's going to be so interesting if he walks into that match without a mask. Oh, man.
They're taking on Dasher Hatfield's crew.
Quite
Dasher
the eclectic
squad.
group.
Very lion-themed.
Yes.
A lot of his introductions to them, if you were following Dasher Hatfield on Twitter. And then every introduction he was wearing Disney-themed shirt when he was picking out all of his different partners.
Did they correlate with his partners?
Not really. But we have him and Fire Ant and Ophidian, and then Oleg the Usurper, despite the fact that Oleg refuses to fight Kobold.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
He owes... Kobold defended him from a move when they were all buddy-buddy over with the Challenge of the Immortals.
Oh.
And it's basically the same thing as the Wookiee life debt.
Oh, man. Damn it.
Is that Oleg refuses to fight Cobalt, but Dasher said, you know what, I still want Oleg on my crew because he's got 7 other guys he can beat up.
There you go. Everyone else can beat up on Cobalt.
And then the former Young Lioness champion, Heidi Lovelace, the current Young Lions Cup champion, Thunderfrog, the former Chikara Grand champion, Princess Kimberly, and a very random addition, but a very effective addition in my opinion, Missile Assault Man.
Yeah, no, that's a team. Not necessarily like the most cohesive group, especially when you've got people like, Oleg, is a little less of a loose cannon nowadays. Like he'll follow Kimberly and Thunderfrog like they were.
Well, that's I think one of the reasons why all 3 of them got made on there.
Yeah, because they were a trio.
Yeah.
But you got someone like Missile Assault Man.
He's the biggest wild card.
He is a wild card. Heidi, I think, like her issues with Kimberly might cause a little bit of a break in the team, but I think their friendship will probably help kind of meld that, especially having to face off against.
I think the biggest part there to go into their side is the fact that Heidi was on Dasher's dugout during Challenge of the Immortals.
Right.
And then on the opposite side, you have Icarus and Marcangelo Setti, who were the other 2 members of Dasher's dugout.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's it's quite an eclectic group.
But you got to remember, it's 8 versus 8. It's an elimination match, and despite the fact that each team has 8 people on it, there can only be 1 winner of the Torneo Cibernetico, which means
this ain't Survivor Series. You don't get 2 winners. You get 1.
Yeah, so say Ophidian and Dasher and Fire Ant survive. They beat out the Hexed Men. The 3 of them would then have to fight to find out who the winner is going to be.
And then becomes a triple threat match. So
figure that out.
Yeah, it's any...
Place your bets now. You have 16 different people to choose from. Your odds aren't great.
Yeah. Good.
And it's like choosing half of a Royal Rumble.
Yeah. That's it for indie news. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click all the links down in the description to send to all of our social medias. There's also a SoundCloud link where this review, along with our Raw review, SmackDown Rundown, and Midweek Wrap-Up, will all be in podcast form.
But we got a video this week that's not going to be
We have
podcast.
2 videos.
2 videos this week.
2 videos this week.
Yeah, because it's the top 5.
Yeah. One will be the top 5 where I'll be talking about who impressed me the most in the month of November, since we'll be starting December halfway through this week. And also, we'll be having predictions for this Sunday's TLC.
I almost said Hell in a Cell.
Of course you did.
Survivor Series.
SummerSlam. But yeah, you'll only get those.
Your house.
You'll only get those in video form, so you'll want to stay here on YouTube for those specifically. But before I talk about our other link, the most important links to this video are the ones at the top of the description, because they take you to all of the websites that go along with the people that we talk about on a regular basis.
Like ChikaraPro.com.
We got ROHWrestling.com.
CZWrestling.com.
BeyondWrestlingOnline.com.
And so many others.
But we want to add more, just like we got Jamie to give us the idea to start doing Attack Pro Wrestling. We want you to suggest what's your favorite, or what's a local promotion close to you that you appreciate, that you want to hear us talk about on a regular basis. Send us websites, YouTubes, Facebooks, anything that we can get a hold of some of their stuff, plus their upcoming shows. If we like what they got going on, we'll not only continue to talk about them on a regular basis, but we'll give you a shout out for bringing them to our attention.
Absolutely.
And then our final link down in the description is Reasonable Wrestling fans. That's
Reasonable the W.
Like wrestling. That's our other channel where we do all the YouTubier stuff. We have our unboxing videos. We have wager punishment videos. We have ranting videos. We have all kinds of stuff over there.
We got lots of videos. We got more videos coming out.
Yeah, we got lots of videos coming out.
We're always taking suggestions for videos over on that channel.
Yeah, so what types of videos would you like to see us do over on the other channel. What types of other videos would you like to see us do on this channel?
Like this video if you want to see us do the Whisper Challenge over on Reasonable Wrestling.
That would be ridiculous.
With a special guest.
How special?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
I was going to go on a scale of like 1 to Eugene.
The blue crayon. It's for fiber.
You're welcome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah. Pretty much. Fuck Robbie E.